my channel. It's Area of British Shiawase. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you've never been here, then thanks so much for tuning in. I usually take more travel, lifestyle vlogs and, more recap type videos, but I thought that today I would try something different and make something in my kitchen. I actually really like cooking, and I've been more inspired recently to try things that I've never tried making before. One thing that I've been loving is almond butter. I'm sure a lot of you out there eat it every day. If you're like me, you put it in your smoothies, you put it on toast, you eat it on bananas, you name it. But I thought, why not try making almond butter myself, because it seems so easy. It really is just almonds and then you just blend them, right? So how hard can it be? So today I wanted to try creating almond butter with a twist. I am half Japanese and I have always loved matcha. And I thought, why not try making almond butter with matcha? I think that the two flavors, you get the nuttiness and the warmth of the almonds and the almond butter, and then I think with the matcha you get that, I don't know how to describe matcha actually. It's kind of bitter, but it's also sweet. If you've never had matcha before, it's essentially green tea, but the difference is that when you drink green tea, with the tea bags, you steep the tea leaves in the water. Whereas with matcha, you grind the leaves and you create that powder that you then put into water or mix with milk, and that's why you get that more deeper green tea flavor out of it. Matcha's high in antioxidants, so it's healthy, and it does have caffeine, but it's a great alternative to coffee. So anyways, I'm going to try to create this for the first time with you all, so hopefully it goes well. Let's get started. So I have a baking pan, some almonds. I got a pack of 16 ounces from Whole Foods. Some matcha powder. I got this one off of Amazon, but you can pretty much use any matcha powder that you like. I also sometimes like using matcha powder from Japan. I just find that the flavor is a lot thicker and more, you get more of that matcha essence. And then just a little bit of sea salt. So my oven is at 350 degrees. I'm just going to pop it open and toss in the almonds right there. And this should only take about 10 minutes to roast. The reason why you want to roast these almonds is because I got unroasted almonds. Sometimes you can get store-bought roasted almonds, in which case you don't have to roast them, but I decided to get unroasted ones because then you can roast them yourself, and they'll be nice and toasty and warm, which I've heard makes it a lot easier to grind the almonds, because almonds are quite, the surface is hard, so if you toast them, it's a lot easier to grind them and make the butter. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes, and now I'm going to take the almonds, which are now nice and very toasty, out of the oven, and the key here is to let them cool for about 10 minutes. Ooh, it's hot. So yeah, you don't want them to be too hot when you put them into the blender, because the heat from the almonds can actually damage your blender if you're not careful enough. So I'm gonna let the almonds sit for 10 minutes. All right, so my almonds have cooled down, and I'm going to just put them into my blender. Just scoop them in, and I'm using a Hamilton Beach blender, but I've heard that pretty much any blender works for this. You can use like a Vitamix or like a, what are those called, like a NutriBullet type blender. My Hamilton Beach one makes some good smoothies, so I think it should work. I'm only going to put in about like a third for now, and then kind of work them in as we go. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit. As you can see, it's getting very powdery. It smells so good and nutty. I just want to mix it up a bit so it doesn't stick around the edges. So, as an update, that blender did not work well for my almond butter. I was ambitious, I guess, of trying to make the smaller blender work, and it got really hot and started to overheat. So, and then like the bottom was starting to melt, which sounds a little gross, but the plastic on the bottom was just like starting to get really warm, and like the black plastic was melting off. So anyways, long story short, I'm trying this again with a bigger blender. This one's the Ninja blender that I got off of Amazon, and it's supposedly, I looked at the reviews, and it's supposed to work with almond butter, so I really hope it actually does. But it's a lot bigger and a lot more powerful, so we should be good. So here I go again. Right, so I have a bigger blender, and I'm going to put back in the almonds that I started blending the other day. I think you want it on a low setting because I've been told that when you put it on higher settings, sometimes the almond butter gets a little bit warm and it could overheat your blender, which is what happened last time. So I'm going to just stick with this low setting and pulse it out for a few rounds and see how it looks. The blender started to get a little warm, so I gave it a little bit of a break, but it's starting to look really good. The almond is starting to get more of a creamy texture. It's still pretty powdery, but I've been told patience is key to making almond butter. Okay, so at this point I'm going to add in the matcha. I think I want to put in about 2 full teaspoons to make sure it's really going to have that matcha flavor. And then also adding some sea salt, just a little bit to give it some more flavor. Here it is! So I kept on kind of putting it on the low setting after putting on medium for a bit because the butter started to get a little warm. Check out how creamy and green this is. It's looking really good, so I'm going to just give it maybe another minute and then it should be good. Right, all done. So I'm going to put this nut butter into this mason jar. Look at that. Yay! Voila! I'm so excited. This took me about, well, it actually took me 2 tries because my blender didn't work, but between probably the start of my first attempt and finishing it at this time, it probably took me about like 30 real minutes of like blending and getting the ingredients ready. But it was a lot easier than what I had imagined, and overall I think it's so impressive that you can just make this at home. Like, I probably am just not going to buy almond butter in stores anymore. But yeah, if you're interested in making this yourself, I'm going to link to the blender that I used in the description box below, and I'm going to try this out on some bread right now. Here it is. I put it on some whole wheat toast, and here is my matcha almond butter. It looks so good. I'm gonna try it out. That's good. So yeah, it's just matcha powder, almonds, and a little bit of salt, and that's all I used. So it's all natural, fun to make, and yeah, I'm going to link to also how to make it. It's really easy, but I'm gonna write it out in the description box below as well. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of videos on my channel. And if you like my videos, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.